All right, let's talk here before I dive right into the notes here, because I don't know if we're ready or not for that. Friday's quiz. Just be here and take it, because you know you're going to regret it when we get back from break. All right, you know you're going to regret it. Okay, 3 equations, 3 variables. Right? Many of you remember this hat, short, jersey question, a problem similar to that. Okay, so that'll be on there. Did they change the time, 7th period start time? Next. Which we had so much fun with the last 2 days. One of these, where you got to find your shaded region on yourself and shade it in. 1 word problem, 1 shaded region, and then what we're going to do today, which is a word problem with shaded regions, even better. All right, so there's your 3 questions Friday. That's it. 5 points each, 15 points total. All right. Before I get into today's notes, because I'll be honest, after yesterday's class, I don't feel comfortable going to today's notes. So we need to talk we need to figure out where's the disconnect. Okay, where's the disconnect from what we went over in class Friday, which I thought people were picking up, to what I saw yesterday, which was just pure chaos, if I'm being honest. All right, where is? Go ahead, Lizzie. Go ahead.
I had trouble deciding which side to shade.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Yep. Yep, go ahead. All right, so let me just cut out number 2 here. All right. Let me start from scratch. Intercepts, finding them. You have 2 points. You plug a 0 in for x, and you plug a 0 in for y, and find the other point. So if I plug in 0 in for x here, do you understand how that just completely wipes out the 2x? Because it's equal to 0. You just divide both sides by -5, and you get -2. Plug in 0 for y, it completely wipes out the -5y. Divide both sides by 2, you get 5. So those are your 2 points right now we should be graphing. And I'll slow it down even more. I don't want that. And I'm being serious. Do we know where 0, -2 is? How about 5, 0? Okay, everyone see those 2 points I have up on the graph? That is where you take your straight edge and you line them up. Okay, and you draw it through. That's how you get that line. Okay? Only vertical and horizontal line should be x by itself or y by itself. When the 2 are together, it should be a diagonal line. All right? What type of line should I be doing here? Depends on the sign. If I have or equal to, what type of line here? Should be a solid line going through those 2 points. Now to your question, Lizzie, is what's the deal with the shading? Good question. Does this line go through 0, 0? No, so you can test it. If your line does go through 0, 0, you have to test another point, 1, 1. Okay, you can't test 0, 0 if your line goes through. So here we go. You plug in 0 for x and 0 for y. 2 and 0, 5 and 0. What do you get on the left-hand side?
0.
It wipes it out, 0. Is that true?
Yeah.
What I have written up there. Is 0 less than or equal to 10?
Yeah.
So what does that mean? This has to be what? Shaded. That has to be, if that works, that has to be shaded. So do we know where 0, 0 is?
Yeah.
So that's got to be shaded, right? That's got to be shaded. So above or below?
Above.
If I put an X there and that was not true, I don't want my shading to go towards 0, 0. I want it to go away from it. All right? All good? So if 0, 0 works, you want to say to yourself, when I put this colored pencil on my graph, I better be shading over 0, 0. If it doesn't work, don't shade it. Shade the other side. Sarah?
So if there's one equation that works and the other doesn't, so where would you shade that?
What do you mean?
Like when you test 0, 0, if like one works and the other doesn't, where would you shade it?
One you shade towards 0, 0, the other you shade away. And you're never going to, you guys think you're going to get something like this. You're never going to get something like that. You're always going to have some kind of overlapping. Okay? I'm never going to give you something where they don't overlap. Anything else?
Can we go over 4 on the classwork?
Okay, I started 4 yet. Oh, just this one?
No, it's.
Okay, I think I started this one yesterday at the beginning of class.
Yeah.
Where I graphed the horizontal and the vertical line with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so where's the disconnect then?
It's like trying to figure out how to shade.
Which one?
Last 2 equations.
Okay, so go what we just talked about. I won't even graph it. Let's plug in 0, 0. Edit. Paste. Okay, here you go. This one right here. Let's plug in 0, 0. 2 times 0 plus 0 less than 4. Is 0 less than 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so wherever this line is, wherever you graphed it, wherever that line is, your shading should go towards 0, 0. I don't know if that's above or below. I got to take a look at the line, but wherever this line is, that shading should go towards 0, 0.
Yeah. And then I have that, but then it's like the graphing that's kind of messed up because the solution isn't in one spot but shaded by every other line, I guess. Like, I don't know how to explain.
Well, okay. Beginning of class yesterday, we talked. Your answer's got to be somewhere in quadrant 1.
Yeah, it's not in quadrant 1.
Because these two right here, these two are these 2 lines right here. Shade above, shade to the right. We said, all right, our answer's somewhere here now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I graph these quickly here, that's going to be 0, 4. And 2, 0. So I should have a solid line looking like this. Right? I have a solid line looking like that. We good?
Yeah.
And we just went over this with you. We said 0, 0 works, so I should shade towards it. So right now, I'm left with this triangle.
Yeah.
Right? No, I don't care about here, here, and here because we already said it's got to be in the first quadrant. I don't care about those other places. I care about right here now, this little triangle. That's what I care about right now.
Oh, okay.
All right?
That makes more sense.
Anything else? And don't worry, I'll be coming around to check one more time after we're done with the notes here today. For people who didn't finish yesterday. Anything else? This isn't going, unfortunately, this isn't going anywhere today with our notes. It probably, if anything, gets a little tougher.
Retirement package.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, wow. Yep.
Big winner.
I know. I'll make sure I go easy on this.
Mine's confusing because that's my little thing.
All right, we ready? I got to move on now. Now you're going to come up with the inequalities and graph them and shade them.
No.
I've never done it.
Here we go. This elevator, capacity of 2,000. Let's first go, what does that mean? It's got a capacity of 2,000.
It can
Only hold 2,000, can't hold any more than 2,000 pounds. Perfect. We got children. They average 50 pounds, and an adult will say averages 150. One inequality where X is children and Y are adults. Can you write an inequality where the elevator is going to be overloaded? The elevator is going to be overloaded. X is the number of children, Y is the number of adults. And you know how much each weighs. So give me an inequality, just one inequality, where it's going to represent when the elevator is going to be overloaded. How much do the children weigh? 50. What are we going to put with the 50? 50x. Adults are weighing what here? 150. What's the variable for adults? What do I want to do with these two? I got 50x, and I want to see, add them. I want to overload the elevator. Think about your inequality. It's not equal to 2,000.
Greater than?
Oh, let's definitely greater than, right? If I'm greater than 2,000, that's going to overload it. But should it be or equal to?
Yeah, because I feel like capacity is like including.
No, it can capacity. If you have 2,000 pounds in there, you're going to be all right. Anything more, anything greater than 2,000, we run into a problem. Everyone good? Any issues? Now the numbers get a little larger. All right, we can't panic. Same thing. Now I want you to graph it. Can you do this? X-intercept, Y-intercept. Plug in 0 for Y. Tell me what you get for X. Plug in 0 for X. Tell me what you get for Y. You should get 2 points. And yes, one of them is going to be a decimal. Please do not graph it, though. Please, please do not graph it. I just want you to find the intercept. Something 0, 0, something. And yes, one of them is a decimal. Come on, let's go. Be big boys, be big girls. Do this on your own. This is the issue we're having. Too much dependence on other things. $40.0 should be 1 point. 40.0 when you divide both sides by 50. Divide both sides by 150. Your y-intercept 13.3 repeating, which is fine. 13.3. Here's why I didn't want you to graph it yet. We're doing word problems now. There is no reason for you to do one of these anymore. We're not going to have a negative amount of kids. Hate to break it to you. So now when we do these word problems, we can just contain it to the first quadrant. So there's no reason why we need to do these anymore. We can just simply put a nice vertical and horizontal line on the edges. Because everything's positive now. All right, everything's going to be positive. Another decision you have to make, and I'm not making it. What do you need to graph on the x-axis again? What's our x-intercept? What's our x-intercept? 40. But there's not 40 spots. So you need to figure out what you want to go by. There's no wrong, well, I guess there is a wrong one, but what you want to go by to make sure 40 fits on here. What are we going by on the x?
I'm going by 20s.
20s?
Well, yeah, skipping 3 and then going 20, 40, 60, 80, 100.
5.
Okay. I prefer you space this out and don't just scrunch it all in the corner. Let's space this out a little bit. All right, I'm going to go by 5s. And you don't need to show me every tick mark. As long as you show me 5, 10, I know you're going by 5s. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then where do I have to graph on the y-axis? 13. I think I can get away with just keeping it the way it is, going by ones. And you don't need to, if you're going by ones, and you don't need to label anything, it's assumed it's going by ones unless you do something else. So I got to go 40 on the x, 13, do your best, 0.3 on the y. Should I draw, what should I draw here? I have to ask. Dotted. A diagonal, a horizontal, a vertical. Anybody? I have to ask. Diagonal line, that's dashed. Losing anybody? We all right? We haven't even got to the shading yet. We're okay. Shading. Okay. Does this line go through 0, 0? No, so we can test it. All right, see if you can figure out if it's true or false on your own. True or false? Okay, not going to say anything. Should I be shading to the right, above, or below the line?
To the right. Above the line.
It didn't work, everybody. It did not work. 0, 0 did not work.
Well, that means you can't include it.
Correct.
So you have to shade it away from the line.
Correct.
Towards the right.
Yes, no? The shading? Why I'm not shading the other direction? Because that is 0, 0, and I don't want that to be an answer. Last part, and this is a part that's going to be included more and more now. Give me an answer now. Give me an answer to this inequality that's clearly in your shaded region. I'm only going to take one response from one person. There's multiple ways we could do this. But just give me a clear point in the shaded region now. Lizzie? 50, 14. Yeah, everyone agrees that's clearly in the shaded region. 50, 14. And what's it mean? What's it mean if I have 50, 14 as a solution? One of the infinite solutions. What's the 50 represent? Is it okay? Well, let me back up. What's X or Y? 50. X. What was X? 50 children. And 14 adults. What happens?
Will cause the elevator to be overloaded.
Overloads the elevator. That's how these work. Did you have to give me 50 and 14? No. 120. Anything in the shaded region would work. Go ahead, ask anything. Go ahead, Ava.
Are we still supposed to put the S in?
No, not when there's one. When there's one, anywhere in the shaded region is your answer. When you graph 2, yeah, I want to know where you think the overlap is. Yes. Now, if you put the S, I'm not going to say a word either. All right. All right, we ready? Now, that's great. That's not where I need you to be. I need you to create a couple of these in the same problem and graph it like we've been doing, which is our second and last problem. Let's do it. Lot going on. Just go ahead and read through it. I don't want to read it to you. Go ahead and read through this investment stuff. There's a lot going on. Let's talk about your money. Where could you put your money? Okay, let's start with high risk. Let X equal money you put in the high risk. Where's the other place you could put it? So we'll put that amount you put in the low risk will be Y. No percents to worry about. Perfect. Okay, so establish our variables. X is the amount of money you put in high risk, Y into low risk. Okay, I'm going to try my best just to stand back and let you guys kind of take over. First piece of info right away is what?
We don't have any more.
We're investing no more than $15,000. Can we come up with an inequality that says the total amount of money we invest is no more than 15,000? No more than 15,000, the amount of money we risk. Just that alone. Don't even read on. Can we get an inequality just based on that fact alone? We are investing no more than $15,000 total. Don't read on. I want one inequality based on that fact. What do you think?
X plus Y.
X plus Y, the total amount of money. Now what's no more than?
Less than or equal to.
Good. Less than or equal to 15,000. You guys came up with the first one now. Good. X plus Y, less than or equal to 15,000. No more than 15,000 total. All good. All right, keep reading until we come by another fact here. Okay, one investment is high risk. We got that. The other's low. Got it. Whoa! At least 2,000 has to be placed in high risk. I didn't say anything about low risk. At least 2,000 in the high risk. What did we call high risk? At least 2,000 has to go there. Don't even say anything about why. I just want at least 2,000 in the high risk. What do you think? Just X by itself and 2,000.
Greater than or equal to?
At least 2,000.
Greater than or equal to?
Greater than or equal to 2,000. Good work. Why is it Y there? They didn't say anything about the low risk. All good so far. Ready for the next one? And this is always the tougher one, right? The third one. The amount invested at low risk. Anybody want to stop me there? The amount invested at low risk. Y. Should be at least 3 times the high risk. At least 3 times the high risk. Greater than or equal to 3 times the high risk. 3 times the high risk. We don't know if we put 2,000 or not in there. We can't assume that. But we do know we put X in there. 3 times the high risk. Here we go now. Now we have to graph and shade and figure out where all the regions will overlap. Okay, can we start with X plus Y less than or equal to 15,000? Find your intercepts like we've been doing. Notice anything about their intercepts? Should be the same things. But one's on the X, one's on the Y. It's not the same point. It's not the same point. One's on the X, one's on the Y. Oh boy, in a minute here, we're gonna have to get 15,000 on there. I don't have to do anything here. What type of line is this gonna be? X greater than or equal to 2,000. I'm not even talking dashed or solid. It's X by itself. X by itself.
Oh, vertical.
Vertical line. Yep, remember that when we get there. What don't we like about the third inequality? Can we get variables on both sides? Absolutely, because that's the only way I've been showing you guys. So y minus 3x greater than or equal to 0. Go ahead and find your intercepts there now. And I'll let you guys feel uncomfortable here in a second. If you got a problem with your intercepts, let me know. Anybody got a problem finding them? Or haven't even started yet? Problem? Both of these points come out, I think, come out to be 0, 0, don't they? Oh, that's going to be a tough line to graph when I only have 1 point. We got to figure this out here, because I can't just do this and try to draw a line in. We need to find at least another point so I can line up my straight edge with it. So if this happens, if both of them come out to be the same point, plug in a different number for X or Y. Anybody have a comment? Plug in another point other than 0 for X or Y. Your call.
2.
In for what?
1.
X? Sure. Plug 2 in for X. Get your Y value now and line those up instead. Because that may happen from time to time. You may get 0, 0 as both of them. So pick another number to plug in for a variable and go after it. So if I plug in 2 for X, Y minus 3 times 2 equals 0. Y minus 6 equals 0. What's your Y value?
6.
What are you getting as your Y value for 2?
6.
6, yeah. So now I can line up 0, 0 and 2, 6. Now I can draw on the line. Graph time. Remember, there's no need for your 4 quadrants. We all have positive numbers here. Oh boy, though, we got to make a big decision. What's that huge number we got to graph on the X and on the Y? 15,000, right? All right, make a decision. What do you want to go by, though?
5,000.
5,000s? That thing is going to be the shortest scrunch graph ever. Thousands? Can we go by thousands? All right, can I tell you a little cheat code here? Math cheat code. So you guys don't have to squish this in and write, oh, this little mark here is 1,000, 2,000. Just write 1, 2, 3, 4. But how am I going to know that's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000? A little, 1K. Okay, I didn't even think about that. First time somebody brought that up. I guess you can put a K next to it. Go slang, right? You can also put down below in thousands. All right. Just so whoever's reading it knows that that's not 1, that's 1,000. And we're going to have to do the same thing on the y-axis because we have to graph 15,000 on the y. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So let's graph the first one, x plus y less than or equal to 15,000. Dashed or solid?
Solid.
Solid, okay. I'm in for that. Just connecting the 2 points with my straight edge, that's it. And since I know this is a tough topic, go ahead. See if you can figure out where to shade. Below or above this line. To the left or to the right, however you want to describe it. Bless you. Where are you shading? Let me get a little more detail. Towards 0, 0 or away from it? Towards 0, 0 because it was true. Good. So we're going to shade right here. All right. If you want to do that, fine. I know I got 2 more here, so shade the best you can. Reminder, what'd you guys tell me about 2,000? X is greater than or equal to 2,000. I know it's solid, but what type of line? Vertical, going through 2,000. Let's roll. Vertical line going through 2,000. Can you figure it out if you're going to shade to the left or to the right? You can still test 0, 0. It's fine. You can plug a 0 in there for X. Thoughts to the right or to the left?
To the right.
Ooh, I'm hearing 2 different things again.
Right.
To the right.
Does 0 work?
No.
No. So I don't want to go towards, I don't want to go away from it. So I'm going to go to the right. So right now, I'm looking at my diagram right now, and it's right here. Here's where a possible solution would be right now, right in here. But I know that's going to get smaller because I got 1 more to graph. But here's a possible solution right here. Ready for the last one? All right, now let me explain this. I know it says 2, 6, but we went by thousands. Oh my, that's so tiny. No, we're still going by ones though. So this is, you can still graph 0, 0, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll still work. Same as 2,000, 6,000. It'll be on there. So you can still do that. 2, 6, and 0, 0. You're going by ones. But there is a problem with the shading now. Still a solid line. Anybody know what the problem is going to be with the shading?
It's going through 0, 0.
I can't test 0, 0. Can't do it here because it's going through. So test.
1, 1.
You want to do 1, 1? Does it go through 1, 1?
No.
No? All right, so we can test 1, 1. Yeah. You just can't test 0, 0 because it goes through. So let's see. 1 minus 3 times 1. Greater than or equal to 0. What do I get there? Negative 2. What do you think? Negative 2 greater than or equal to 0? Yeah, no. Oh boy, not true. Uh-oh. Heads are fuming right now. Smoke coming out of ears. 0, 0 did not. I'm sorry. 1, 1 did not work. To the left or to the right? 1, 1. This point right here, 1, 1 did not work.
To the left.
I want to go to the left. So let me see if you can tell where your final solution is then.
I know.
It's a little triangle.
Tiny.
I shaded to the right.
Yeah.
I shaded down. And to the, well, actually, I shaded to the left of both diagonal lines. And to the right of the vertical one. Where is my solution?
Little triangle.
0 for 2. There we go. There we go. I know it doesn't ask, but I'm still going to ask it to you. Give me a point that's clearly in there. You're confident is in that solution. One voice only. Give me a point clearly in that solution.
311.
311? Okay. And remember what 3... Sorry. Remember what 3 meant? 3,000, right? 11,000. So what are we trying to say? What was our x again? What did we say x was?
The amount of high risk.
So let's put 3,000 in the high risk and how much in the low risk? 11,000 to satisfy all of this. Okay? Questions? You like that, Ava?
Yeah.
That's how this is getting into pre-calc territory now.
Get it.
All right. That'll be it. I'm going to come around. Some of you guys owe me some stuff here.
Oh, I have. If I did this wrong, I'll just take it. I can't redo all this. Already your check.
Nice job, Ava.
Oh, yes.
You can do this. You just got to start getting confident.
It's all the doing it, and then it gets confusing when you have 4 different things, and you have to, okay, this is this way, so this
Or
one goes
You want,
this
can I make
way.
a serious suggestion? Crack your first line. And let's figure out where the shading is.
That's what I do.
Put a X where it can't be.
My team sucks.
So now you say to yourself, don't even think about putting an S here. Do your next line. Where do I shade? Put another X somewhere else. Try it out. I don't know. It's not for everybody. Yeah, I don't know how this guy is. So we plugged in 0, 0. That works. 0 is less than 4, correct?
Yeah.
So you're shading this one down this
I
way.
love
And then this one is 0. Okay, so plug that in as X less
We're
than
already
3.
getting.
Zero is greater than -3, then. So I should be shading both of these lines at 0, 0. Because they both, 0, 0 both work. So here, here, right? Both of them have to be there. Okay? And when it's totally done, let me know. Hi, Sarah. How we doing here? I know you weren't. Your practice. A little bit chaotic. Yeah, you're fine. Anything else I gotta look at here?
I'm not like done because I didn't finish it. And I was trying to come in and finish it last period, but then they weren't in here. And so I kind of tried to fix it.
There's an idea. Oh, is there a tent?
May?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be back.
I do not know what I would do if I don't. I've never had an animal that's died. Let's be nice. Yeah, we know. Damn. I feel bad.
You're right.
I'd like nothing.
I think I'll pleasure
I
buzz.
had those
No
little
way.
chocolate pens.
You're shading this down.
All I got was the
Nothing above
pens
it.
in the little pet shop, but they were all like Abby's and everything before. What?
Hey Maddie, what do we got to work on here?
Well, I did number 4. I'm trying to.
Yeah,
I didn't know how to plot
plot
number.
Okay, what variable do you see in it?
X.
Just X.
Yeah.
So that tells me it's what type of line. Just
Vertical.
X. Vertical. 1 through 1, 1 through 2.
So is it 2 separate lines?
Correct. And I shade in between them.
Okay.
So that means my solution has to be somewhere in between those lines. Right?
Yeah. I'm trying to.
I don't even wanna know how much money we're putting into the.
That's a horizontal line.
Yeah, I got
And
that.
if you plug in 0, 0 is less than 3, so that works. So you want to go below.
So that's gonna be.
You don't need to go any further.
Yeah, I
Because
see
look,
that.
yeah.
It's gonna be
So
right
now
there.
we're going to make that even smaller when you graph the those.
You got the really cool thing that has the fish in it.
You know it's going to be in between those two, so watch the shape that forms. There it is. See it?
That little rectangle right there?
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
And then as soon as my little sister wanted to like touch up, she got every little touch up in the whole entire body, but I never had no little touch up.
Good, good.
It's like a parallelogram.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
I'll put it right there.
There you
And
go.
then that's.
I don't think we ever got Barbie. I think we were on a little touch up.
Okay, this one. Where did you, okay, I'm just even, ready?
I love.
Plug in 0, 0, doesn't work. Plug in, would you move it over?
What else did he do?
Okay, regardless.
You never
0.
wanted to go to the
Yeah,
basement. I
one on this side.
like,
It was like an
Is 0. You just told me yes. Which means both lines should be shaded towards 0, 0. We're 0, 0, right there.
Yeah.
So,
So
It's like tag.
right here.
right? Correct, because both of these lines should be shaded towards 0, 0.
Okay. I was really confused how to figure that out because, like, I don't know.
If it's yes, you got to start shading right towards where 0, 0 is. If
Yeah.
it's no, you better go in the
Because
opposite
at
direction.
first I was thinking like left and right, and I was like, that doesn't make sense.
No, 0, wherever 0, 0 is. So
Okay.
you're going to shade to it. If it's a yes, shade on the other side.
Okay.
If it's a no.
Am I all set then?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, thank
Okay?
you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bye, man. Oh, hello, everybody.
we're waiting.
Take my test.
Is the test today? Really? I thought it was today. Greg, the test is tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, you don't know that?
I'll show you that.
Always the time to figure out how to let him. Always want to see something.
I was going to, and then
Oh, sure. Be proud of yourself. You are. Different. Like, that's, we don't
I wouldn't be if I were I never really. Always so close.
I actually.
Like it's always
Yeah.
just some read.
Oh, yeah, you were out.
That gets me like in the. Then when I look back at all
I got number 7. But I don't know.
Okay, just got back to the second quiz. Just I wanted to give it back so you had something to study from. Is there any questions on it? Anything you want to ask from there? Because remember, that is also part of your test tomorrow, along with quiz 1. This was all your sine, cosine, tangent, SOHCAHTOA with little hills and SAS thrown in. Going on that quiz? Okay, then we're good then. All right, so this is it. I went through almost a whole class full yesterday of what to expect, examples, rules, everything. Another reminder, before I give you, should probably stop the other class recording, huh?